fans, and welcome to the latest episode of Summer Movie Draft 2025. We'll be dealing with the movies that open on the May 9th weekend: Clown in a Cornfield, Fight or Flight, and Shadow Force. And joining from this episode is one of my fellow players to this draft, and that is Candace.
Yes. Here, present.
So, which movie out of this list belongs to you for this game?
Oh, I have the bleach blonde hottie, some people would call him. I was never a huge Josh Hartnett fan, but I was never not a Josh Hartnett fan. But Fight or Flight, I'm here for the Hartnett, like you can't really say Renaissance anyway with his Josh Naissance.
The
I don't
Josh
know.
shots like yeah, I guess.
Hartnett 2.0.
Hartnett.
I'm here
Okay,
for
there you
it.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we can go with the 2.0. Yeah, exactly. The remaining movies, Clown in a Cornfield and Shadow Force, belong to myself. Shadow Force having been moved back a week from its previous week release and all that. So
It's
we
still such a dumb name or awesome name, but
exactly,
for the wrong
exactly.
movie.
Yeah, exactly. It totally does not seem like it should be. Yeah, it should be what it
Yeah.
isn't. Is
Like,
what
what's Clown in a Cornfield about? A clown in a
exactly, a
cornfield.
clown in a cornfield.
What's
Exactly.
Fight or Flight about? Fighting on an airplane. What's Shadow
Exactly.
Force about? Who knows?
Who knows? Exactly. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be the numbers we are dealing with right now are basically just the weekend, which is the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is the 9th, 10th, 11th of May 2025. So we'll just go alphabetical order. And to begin with, which would be Clown in a Cornfield. So domestically, it opened with $3,650,000. And as of the research that I've currently done before the recording, there is no international numbers in yet. Total for the 3-day weekend at $3,650,000. Now, next up alphabetically is Fight or Flight, which had a domestic opening of $2,001,252, but it also had an international opening of $479,990, giving it a grand total of $2,481,242. So for your first not huge number name, because
It's not one of the like tentpole blockbuster
no,
things
exactly.
coming out this year.
Exactly. I mean, we all do have at least one of those in our repertoire for this draft and all that sort of thing. So unfortunately, some of these are going to be very low numbers because they're not going to be your Mission Impossibles or your Superman or your whatever and all that. How to Train Your Dragons, which are going to be gigantic movies and all that sort of thing. Which leads us to Shadow Force, which had a domestic opening of $2,015,000. There is no international release information, so we're just going to go with a total of $2,015,000. So that basically leads us with, well, Clown and Corfield being the winner of this weekend.
Mhm.
But its opening, when we take in the whole entire, all of the movies that have opened since the beginning of this actually year, it puts Clown and Cornfield at number 109 in the top 200. Fight or Flight is now in the 147th position, and Shadow Force is at the 164th position. So
Is this like North American
no,
releases
this
for
is
the
again, this is
year or?
worldwide. This is worldwide for the
Okay.
year. So yeah,
Okay.
so I'm just going to keep doing a running total. Those numbers don't really mean much right now because we're basically just dealing with the titles that are in our game, and at the end of that, that's what we'll do. But I just thought it would
Mhm.
be interesting to say, hey, once a movie probably falls out of the top 200, there's a good chance that it's not going to be making much more money.
No.
I will give it an update because, of course, the movies that opened up last week are still out this week. So the movies that opened up last week, which were Thunderbolts, had an actual total weekend because instead of doing it day by day, we can give them the full 3 days. It made $33,100,000, giving it a grand total to this point of $128,454,195. Now that number gets it put into the fifth position of the biggest box office of the year so far. And then we follow it up with the weekend total of 335,765 for The Surfer in its second week. And
Yeah, that's it's a big drop there, The Surfer.
just a little bit of a drop. So its current total is $1,156,153. And unfortunately, on the top 200, it actually dropped below 200. So yeah. So one of the other interesting things that I'm just to see what the numbers are with movies that came out before, like two of the biggest movies that have been out this year so far released just before our game actually began, and we're keeping track of them just to see how well they do as well. And for example, a Minecraft movie, which opened 6 weeks ago from this particular date, it had a weekend total of $7,950,000, bringing its grand total to again worldwide to currently 909,694,161. So
It's
Minecraft
a,
movie is
it's
about
about to
to
make a billion.
it's about to be $1 billion budget. Yeah, it's $1 billion box office, which
God.
is good. So, however, that puts it at number two so far for the year. The other movie we are following is Sinners, which is again another fantastic movie that has been doing wonderful box office. And this weekend, it actually got the second highest box office, with coming in with $21,100,000, bringing its grand total to 284,737,703, which puts it actually at the number four position in the box office of the year. Candace, give me a guess at what either one or number four would be.
This is how much movies just kind of like disappear from my brain once I've watched them,
Right, right.
except Sinners, by the
Yes,
way,
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
which just lives there forever, and I really want to go see it again so I can.
I totally do. It's like probably the first movie I've seen in a while that I'm like, oh my God, I want to see that again in the theaters. Like that was so good.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
And not to stray too far, but after the opening weekend, it was
Hmm.
like the best opening weekend of a non-franchise film
Exactly. Yeah.
in 10 years.
Yep.
And of course, it continues to make more money. So it's
Hmm.
breaking like more and more records
Yep.
as a non-franchise film.
Yep.
And obviously, even like blowing out all of this weekend's
Yes, exactly. The new
actual
movies that came with this.
releases.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. It also, and again, something that we talked about during the draft and all that sort of thing. It is an R-rated movie. So you're not only that, you're limited to who is going to be able to see this. Okay, who has the ability to see this movie? Of course, obviously, you're not going to be able to stop everyone from not going to see an R-rated movie, but you are limiting your audience by giving it an R rating, and it's still doing spectacular numbers and still 4 weeks into release, it's still doing spectacular numbers. All right, so
Yeah.
I will give number four is will be Captain America: Brave New World,
Okay.
which is currently sitting at, like I said, the number four, which has a total of 415,700,966 to this date.
Yeah. So yeah, again, I forgot that movie even existed, let alone
Exactly.
came out.
That was a movie that came out on Valentine's Day of this year. It came out that weekend in February. Now I would not expect you to know this one, but the movie called Xingna 2 is a Chinese animated film, and it's a direct sequel to the 2019 film Niza. It's also part of a larger series loosely inspired by the Chinese epic Investiture of the Gods, and was released in China on January 29th of this year. But and as of this past weekend, it has made 1,898,646,641 worldwide. So,
I mean, it does show you the power of the Chinese film market,
mm-hmm,
which is
mm-hmm,
why Hollywood works so hard to make sure that their films can be shown there because there
exactly.
are there are some censorship issues.
Hmm.
But I'm looking at this like cover art,
Hmm.
and I don't know what this is, but I want to see it. It looks amazing.
Exactly. It looks like maddeningly like, I mean, but the fact that again, it huge box office. I mean, domestically it's not as big. I mean, it's impressively big in like the domestic then, but international is just fantastic. And again, we're talking a 1.8 billion dollar box office so far when this for this movie being open. So it's
Mm.
a I mean, it's obviously going to be the one to try and beat. Or I can't see nowadays any other movie reaching that level. I mean, at one time, a Marvel movie could easily do that. A Jurassic Park could easily do that. But I mean, 1.8 billion dollars is putting it into like the top 10 all-time sort of category. Like it must be
Yeah.
like up there with like your avatars and your Infinity Wars and all that sort of thing. So yeah, so that's an impressive number to try and reach at. So yeah, so again, we these episodes are going to be quite short, really concise and all that sort of thing. We just have a few numbers to go over. Once we get a little into it, numbers will be adding up and all that. So to give a running total for our players involved in this game, uh, currently only myself and Candace are on the board as we are the only ones that have had movies. Again, we're in our second week. Next week, we have some other openings that include someone else into our game. But so far, I have a running total of with my movies that I have in my lexicon. I have 135,275,348, where Candace has 2,481,242. Now, again,
Yeah, that's gonna grow next week though.
oh yeah, I was just about to bring that up. Yes, because of course, we definitely have some bigger movies coming out next week. Next week we have actually Final Destination, which is as Candace was mentioning, it is one of her choices and all that. Her one of her picks. That I believe the two of us fought over for a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, you bid me up higher than necessary for this movie, but
Well, I wanted that movie. We just hit a point where it's like, oh, damn it, because I believe that I had also gotten
I know what
we
you
had a
did
fight
last
between I know
summer.
what you did best. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I mean, I know what you
And
did, and
Megan.
then you got Megan. Megan was one of
Megan
your
too.
first ones. That's right. Megan
Yeah.
2.0. That's right. I forgot Megan is on that list for you as well. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, it's a fun competition. It's been entertaining. The other movie that also comes out next week is Hurry Up Tomorrow, which Mitchell has. So hopefully. Next week, I'll be able to bring back Candace and Mitchell, and we'll have this discussion again, bringing up numbers, seeing how if anyone went out to see their movie. And did you get to see your movie so far?
I did not. But I will
I know
def
we were talking about it on our other on the other podcast that I do that we were talking
yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not. I will definitely be seeing Final Destination next weekend. I'm looking forward to Saturday morning already. Saturday first show of the day is
Okay.
my favorite time to go see a movie. So I've got plans to go see Final Destination that time.
I'm in the same boat as you. I'm probably going to see Final Destination as well because I want to see this in the theater. This is something that, and again, with the amount of movies that are coming up, it's like if you don't go see one a week, you're something's gonna have to slip through. And there's like certain weekends where there's two movies, and I'm like, oh no, I can't do that. Or maybe I can sneak into another theater.
Yeah, yeah, that's what Tuesdays are for.
Yeah, exactly. Which actually might be my Clown in a Cornfield this week.
Yeah, I
As
want to see Clown in a Cornfield too.
Yeah, exactly.
My horror, sort of
Hmm.
online world are having some deep division about the movie because there are people who are terribly disappointed by it, and then all the other people who are like, it's not made for you. This is like
Yeah,
an entry level horror. It's okay.
exactly. That's what
This
I've
is
been
like
hearing.
the
Yes,
Fear
yeah.
Street, the Christopher Pike sort of thing that we had.
This is your Goosebumps type movie.
Yeah.
This is your yeah. We got through our numbers for this week. We know what we're doing next week. Um, so again, Candace has a big movie coming up next week, which is again Final Destination. Again, It also gets that nice IMAX bump, which is
Ah,
also
yes,
kind of
that's
nice
right.
because it is one of those. So yeah,
Makes those dollars a little more.
it makes those dollars a little more. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. Yeah. That's about all we got. You have any last things you want to say about your current picks and all that, Miss Candice?
I don't know. I'd say, go out and see Fight or Flight. I think I'm gonna see it this week. People have been giving it just like a solid middle ground. Like, it's a good movie. It's
Yeah,
fun. Go
exactly.
out, have a good time.
Hey,
So,
look, you paid 2 points for it. So
yes.
your return is actually quite good. My 24 on Thunderbolts is all right. So that being said, thank you, Candice, for joining for this particular episode. Be sure to tune in next week where we just keep rolling in this draft, and we'll see eventually who comes out on top with the biggest box office. Until next time, see you at the box office. This has been Summer Movie Draft 2025, a Planet Geek production. Please be sure to download, subscribe, share, comment, and review. It most definitely helps us out. You can check out our other pop culture programming by searching Planet Geek Productions on your podcatcher of choice. You can follow Planet Geek Productions on our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Tumblr, or Letterboxd. Search for Planet Geek Productions. On X, former Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky, search for Planet Geek Pod. Or reach out to us via email at planetgeekpod@gmail.com. So until next time, thanks for tuning in. And joining which are coordinate. I wrote down corn in a cornfield.
I mean, I hope you find some corn in a
That is
cornfield.
hilarious.